Hey, 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 I'm live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our first Q&A on YouTube for Drawing the Circle Productions YouTube channel. I am your host, your answerer, I guess, Mark Angelo Lyons, for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon, the moon's in Pisces. So let's get on with this. Actually, let's have our schmooze time. Oh, we've got somebody who's already been in the room. I'm learning so much from your channel. Well, thank you, Ethereal Paula. That is greatly appreciated. I know many of us have been sequestered in their home domains, choosing my words. So, feedback, like we're used to having a little bit more feedback. So this back and forth has really been very, very helpful for me, as well as this entire YouTube journey has been thus far. So thank you, Ethereal Paula. Glad I can help. Glad I can serve, Virgo that I am. I do have divination systems here. I mean, I wasn't planning to do readings all night long, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, if you're watching live, that's going to be a bit more participatory than if you're watching later. But I kind of feel like there are questions that people have that might not just be personal, like where's my twin flame soulmate, whatever, which is fine. I get it. But perhaps kind of that larger stuff. Moon is in Pisces. I am a mystic. Pisces is one of the mystical signs for sure. Not that any of the signs doesn't have its mysticism, but we're directly connected to the collective unconscious, you see. 12th house. Oh, and I am so sorry. I keep forgetting to turn the volume down on the laptop because I have to stream through my laptop. I mean, I could stream through my phone. I just prefer to do it on the webcam. It's a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit more stationary. And I don't have to be like this for an hour until I get a stand. And even then, I like doing it here. I have a domain that is my own. So good evening, Lavola. Welcome, 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 welcome. To our first Q&A ever. I've done them before in the Facebook group. Then as YouTube really started taking off last year around summertime, I had to do that less and less so that I could start doing the readings here on YouTube. But I enjoyed them. Like, people would think about their questions for a couple of days and then they would send them in and I would read them, or they would give them to me live like we'll be doing tonight. And I don't want to say that that nothing's off. Nothing's off the menu. There are things that are off the menu. I'd rather not go politics if I can get away with it, right? I don't mind talking about the larger social stuff, the sociological, but in terms of politics, I'm going to pass on that. So I do I do reserve the right to refuse a question I don't want to answer because it's my channel. Oh, and I absolutely need drag fans. How could I think I would not need drag fans for Q&A? Oh, and let's hope there are just hundreds of song lyrics that come through my mouth in every answer. Isn't that right, Melky? You can't really see him. No one puts Melky in a corner except himself. Hey, buddy. Want to come say hello to peoples? No. He's right here. Oh, my angel boy. My sweetheart, my sweetheart. Oh, well, I'm glad you are here, Lavella. We're going to have fun tonight. I mean, I'm doing this on a Thursday night. Oh, tomorrow morning, I will be doing the 11 a.m. Friday weekend reads. And I think I'm going to do the healing mantra. So we have a healing mantra for the weekend. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Unless they tell me otherwise. I am behind on the twin flame readings because they're a lot. These twin, I mean, they're between 30 and 40 minutes. That's not what I mean, though. It's like they're a lot. They're very, very intense, and they're supposed to be, I guess, twin flame contracts, at least the way I read them. But whatever. I will get them done, even if I have to work all weekend. I'll get them all done. I'm not even sure what the next series is that I'm doing, but that's okay. I have the cycle written down, and I can always amend it at any time. You know why? Why? I know the president. He's such a sweetheart. He'll do anything for me. Oh, we love each other, him and I. So so we're doing our schmooze hour. It is almost 11 p.m. We'll see who else populates the room tonight. Is that a piece of cork? Yes, that was a piece of cork. I believe Maul Flanders will be joining us tonight, because when I posted before in the Facebook group, she was all into a Q&A tonight. So here's how we're going to do this. There's probably going to be a lot of people in the room at some point. Everybody's going to have a question, seeing that it's Q&A. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be able to read absolutely everybody if there's a barrage. I'm not doing this till 3 a.m. This isn't a vigil. This is a Q&A, and it's our first one, so we're all going to learn how to play nice tonight. Don't make me draw down. I am a Pisces moon. Hi, Grace. Hi. So, I mean, whatever our questions are, keep in mind who I am and what I do. If they are of a personal nature, I will decide whether, well, I reserve the right to refuse any question I don't feel like answering. And by the way, I don't know is an answer. So if I really tell you I don't know. I don't make stuff up. Not when I'm particularly with spiritual stuff. If I don't know, I tell you straight up, I don't know. Oh, and like magical stuff, like people will ask me about the Alexandrian traditions and the Gardnerian tradition. And I was like, I wouldn't know. I was never an initiated member. Like, I'm not gonna, talk about stuff that I do not know. It's just excessive hot water you get yourself into when you talk about stuff that you haven't been directly educated in my experience, spiritually. Well, and at the same time, though, I've never spent time in an ashram. I do love my prayer and my meditation and my yoga and my chanting and stuff that I probably don't have any of that DNA in my cell tissue necessarily, but it's certainly in my soul. So take it for what it's worth. Oh, you love the t-shirt, do you? Yeah, yesterday was the Justice League, right? It was all DC Comics. So I figured, equal time. So I realized I got Thor over here. Then I realized it's a little Thor. And I was like, oh, my chest has a little Thor on it. That joke will never get old. That joke will never get old for me. I love him so much. He's one of the reasons I started reading Mythology as a little child. Like, seriously. Because of Thor, I saw that hair and that hammer, and honey. Little 6-year-old Markangelo Lyons, not quite Mal for short just yet, fell in love. Slam that hammer. But then came Linda Carter, and I remember looking up the name Diana in the encyclopedia, and it was about the moon goddess. And that night I started praying to the moon, and pagan. She got me young. She did. I love that story because it's true. And I'm the only one who knows it because it was in my head at the time. Cool. So yeah, so like you guys can ask me anything, but I'm not going to answer everything. This is my first time doing this. I would prefer them to be of the spiritual genre. The nature of things, metaphysics, spirituality. I would say angels to Zen, but I'm no Zen master. I understand basic principles and find moments of it. You're now your moment of Zen. You're following me, but I'm an eclectic witch. And I do have divination systems, so if there's something that we really want to know about, I can certainly go there. Not to mention, I could just open whatever rises. Love that. So you'd think I was getting money to promote him. I'm not. It's just really good. It's almost like every chapter I bawl my eyes out, but those healing tears, it's nice to come when you're an old virgin like I am, an old Virgo like I am on the spiritual path. An old mystic, been doing this since crystals were a thing in the 80s. Good God, help me. It's nice to have that kind of power with a spiritual teacher. It is. That accelerates your awakening, and that's why there's a teacher for everybody, and everybody's a teacher, right? It's just what are you teaching? Not just what's coming out your mouth, what are you living by example? And he really does live by example. So down with that. Just finished up Just finishing up the Libra reading where, yeah, I was thinking of you, Mari. I know that Virgo reading today. After that, was that the first one? Yeah, because I did Leo yesterday. So a Virgo was my first read today, and I was like ready to hang it up after that. I was like, I can't just do one. Let me at least do the Libra one. And then I was like, the Libra one was like even more intense. I was like, put it down for the day, Mark. Go lay down. The moon is in Pisces. Yeah, because I was going to do Scorpio next. No, thanks. Let me take Scorpio after a full night's sleep. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, no, that Virgo one was, it's just, I understand how it works, and I get that there's no way. I mean, and if there are any readers who are watching this who wouldn't mind commenting either live or later, how do you keep yourself out of a reading? I mean, it's one thing where, you're like, what's this? Like, I have no planets in Gemini. So when I watch, I can cross watch for somebody with something with Gemini, but I don't. So doing Gemini, unless I can think of other Geminis that I know, it's much cleaner. I don't project my stuff onto it necessarily. But again, I have a Pisces moon, so I'm going to always feel that subjective, intuitive, fishy part of it. Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah. It was so mirroring, right? It was, they're very interesting reads, because I really did not, I mean, I said it in the live stream I did about the truth about twin flames. I really didn't want to do the series at all. I was like, the world's on fire. Who cares about your damned twin flame relationship? Who cares? It'll take care of itself. It's going to take care of itself anyway, which is sort of the point. But what are you learning from it? Or are you learning how to love yourself and heal yourself and all that jazz? Yeah. Might as well. I hope I sing every answer tonight. I need a song lyric for every question. I don't care. We could use the hydration. Oh yeah, we do have that cool crossover with the Venuses in Libra and Virgo. It's so nice to make friends from like all around the country this way too. It just really is. It's really, really neat. Okay, 4 minutes until our wish. We've got 9 people in the room. I hope you all have some questions. I mean, I can come up with my own questions and answer them. I do that all day long. It's called prayer. Well, and the answering is not necessarily the same level of consciousness it does the asking, but you know what I mean. It's all the same thing. I mean, it's not like I'm going to, I promise I'm not, unless they want me to, I'm not going to like go into trance and all of a sudden the goddess Athena will sit in my body and answer thy questions 3. No, it's not, no. It's Thursday. It's not, no. Moon's in Pisces though. So I'm not completely pulling it off the table, but I'm not prepared for it. I'm certainly not dressed for it. A lot more occult jewelry if I'm going to do that kind of thing. Particularly, I would really want to be wearing the totem of Athena, duh, right? Which I'm not right now. Really trying to focus on Veruca. I love that you named your inner child Veruca Salt. That's so core. She's archetypal, right? She is the archetypal spoiled brat archetype, and bless her soul. And of course, the band from the 90s, of which we also have a recognition. Right? I miss the 90s. Isn't that sad? I miss the 90s. I do. What's up from Long Island, New York? Yo. Hey, audit everywhere. That's just the coolest name. I don't know why it's the coolest name. It's just the coolest name. Audit everywhere. Audit where? Everywhere. Have you ever played with runes? Yes. Yes. Hi, Meow Meow Dollface. Yes, I studied the runes extensively, both as the divinatory system, which is how I was introduced, as many people are. But then I got into the runic magic and the lore and the gods, that there's a god connected to every rune and the mysticism behind it, and actually studied briefly with Freya Aswin. Leaves Vigrassel. I mean, worked with her in a workshop. It was only for like an afternoon. It was, and not that she scared the crap out of me, but the power of it, I understood what it was. And though I have access to it genetically, if you want to talk about like magic geneticism, it's like they've got German blood, all right? The runes, the thing, they're, you know, the Nordic, but they're also the Germanic. I could draw on that easily, but I felt the tidal wave of power behind them. So magically, I just sort of, yep, I know they're there. I prefer the runes for myself personally. I don't enjoy them in a reading because it's not like a tarot card that has like all this different symbolism on it. It's a stick figure, which for a Virgo might be great for an Aries, though. Give them simple. But I love the runes. I love them. I can speak them a little fluently, symbolically speaking. I have a set, obviously, somewhere here in the magical Costco that is my new home. But yeah, that's the deal. Oh, we got a minute until our wish. Everybody got your wish ready? Get your wish ready. We'll come back to this runic conversation on the other side of this wish. I want to say a prayer too, if I'm going to be like really seriously answering people's questions. Like so it's like heart, soul stuff. I want to be, you know, in the vicinity. Milky's right here. 11:11, make a wish. A little personal, but yes, that is my wish. Thank you so very much for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh, good, good, good. Nothing like a lovely little wish. Just throwing it out there. No attachment. General enough. Could happen at any moment. So good, 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 good. So what is a spiritual reading like with you? Now, do you understand I've been doing them for decades? So it is like asking me, what is a spiritual reading with you like now? Because it has changed. It used to be you would come to my office in Sayville, Long Island at the Silver Broom. We would sit in the Malachite room, me in an armchair, you on one of the couches, therapeutic distance. If it was spiritual counseling, I would sit next to you on the couch if it was a reading. I like doing a couch reading. Everybody's comfy. Client sits on one cushion. I sit on the other one. In that center, there has to be that center square. That's where the cards go. It's just so perfect for that. That is probably my favorite way to read cards, more intimate too. I give you my opening spiel if you're a first-time client. Asking you if you've ever been read before. Have you ever been read before? It's an important question to ask. If someone says yes 100 times a day, you're like, okay. And if they're like, no, never, then you're like, oh, you poor thing. I will ruin you for every other reader, right? In the olden days, I used to let the clients shuffle. Now, not an option. So I do all the shuffling of it. Obviously, if it's a face-to-face thing, messenger. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Mama B. Mama B. Thank you for the super chat. That's just stunning. Thank you, love. Oh, I'm using it on my hair today too. But I will tell you this: what goes into every reading I do. The ones that I do, obviously, just to a camera very differently than the ones when I'm actually communicating with somebody. A lot of prayer goes into it beforehand, meditation. Like, I just have to make sure that I'm in the best place that I can be. I rarely cancel a reading because I'm not in the right space. It doesn't happen that often, but I have been tested with it. So even the angels and the gods will say, "You gonna read like this?" I'll be like, "No, I can't," and it always works out, right? So a lot goes into it. Oh, good. I'm glad you got a belly laugh out of something I did. I'm just moving along here, and I do want to get to our opening prayer so we can do some Q&A. But we were talking about something. Let's say the prayer, and then meow meow face, meow meow doll face. Such a cool name, meow meow doll face. I said it right. Let's say a prayer, just quickie. It's a prayerette. It's a prayerini. Prayerini, a little Italian boy prayer. I think maybe that is. I think that was masculine. Eeny, whatever. Breathe. I don't have time to conjugate romance languages right now. And as we breathe ourselves into this present moment, I do call upon the goddess herself in the form of the Pisces moon to shine down upon and through this conversation. That our collective pantheons of guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors gather around us in a force field of light containing and protecting the work we share tonight in question and answer mode, that all information and energy that exchanges between us, both in the physical and in the non-physical, does so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all. I feel you, my gods. I feel you, my angels, my archangels, and the higher selves of all involved. The ascended masters. If you need me to rat them out, I will. Not in a public forum, I know. Breathe. We surrender this time spent together to you. May it serve your purposes, because we are here only to be truly helpful. We're here to represent you who sent us. So we don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because you who sent us are directing us. So we're content to go wherever you wish, knowing that we do not go there alone and that we will be healed as we are taught how to heal. Please show us where you would have us go, what you'd have us do, what you'd have us say, and to whom. And use me as a channel and a vehicle of guidance and grace, that we may all walk away from tonight feeling better, more relaxed, more in alignment, lighter, more loved, more loving, and being a channel, an open doorway of those blessings for our well-being and for the well-being of all concerned. Sounds good to me. Thank you. I love you. So mote it be. And so it is. Yes, witch work. Okay, we were talking about runes before. Meow Meow Dollface, did I answer the runic stuff? And I mean, we could do a whole hour talking about runes, but I'm not a runic teacher. I know enough about the runes that I highly respect them. I mean, drawing a rune on a Post-it with a highlighter and sticking it on a door and calling that rune magic is, you know what I mean? It's like, because there are books that are like that. I'm like, what rune, when, and do you know the god who's behind it? That's the Virgo in me. So I'll leave that there. Good, good. Good. Hi. Oh my God. Brian Story. Hi, sweetheart. How are you, my Scorpio brother? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, my dear. It's so funny that you are in the room tonight, because before I hit record for this, I called in the angelic name, so that's just really funny. Elastariel. I said I am Elastariel 3 times. I am Elastariel. I am the shining star of Uriel. That's what my spiritual name means. I am the shining star of Archangel Uriel, though I am an Arielite, because Ariel is the beloved of Archangel Uriel. So I'm a shining star. So I got that going for me. What was our other question? Did we finish with that question? What is a spiritual reading like with you? Lavola, did you? So again, just I'll close this off quickly. So essentially, it depends if it's a half an hour or an hour. In a half an hour, I'm a jackhammer. I'm a machine gun. I go too fast. Talk fast enough as it is, and with my hands. So Italian hand witch. People are like, can I record it? I'm like, absolutely, but I can't guarantee that it's going to record, because there are so many times where it just doesn't, and so I sign off on that. But I have no control over that. And I'm really good at giving people the clarity that they need. But if you've been following me long enough, you know what some of my boundaries are. I never tell people what to do, but I'm like GPS. I say, well, you look at this, but you have to make the most empowering decision for yourself. And of course, to me, the difference between a spiritual counseling and a reading is, in a reading, I do all the talking because the client's not supposed to talk. It's like if a reader is engaging you with too many questions, not really a reading. It's an interrogation. See what I'm saying? And which is fine, but that's really more than a conversation. And that's what happens in a spiritual counseling, which is, I think, truly my healing art, is spiritual counseling. I think I'm a way better spiritual counselor than I am a clairvoyant, empathic tarot reader, but I'm more fun in that one. Spiritual counseling is not as fun. Do you get me? So there. So there. And of course, they overlap. And then spiritual teacher, I can stand up in front of a chalkboard or a pen board for a week, a weekend, a month, and teach. So it's all the same stuff, just packaged differently, right? Sort of like the M&M's formula. You know, it's a basic formula. They change it up, but it's a basic formula, right? You can stick something else in there that's new, but it's still the same basic formula. Hi. Hello, Donna Bella. Donna Bella. So what are your questions? We're 20 minutes into this sucker. What do you want to know about? And like I said, I reserve the right to refuse any question I don't feel like answering. I'm steering the hell away from politics. I don't mind talking about the larger sociology of stuff going on from a spiritual perspective. You are very welcome, my darling, my Lavola. Adriana, I love your energy. Are you doing free readings right now? It's more of a Q&A. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., I will be doing right here, 11 a.m. Eastern, the weekend reads, which I'm probably going to do the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, all 12 signs. But otherwise, I mean, I can do that. It's just that here's the opportunity to pick my brain and ask me like questions about anything. I'm a professional witch. Yes, I could do this in readings. It's just then everyone's going to want a reading. And yeah, it's just a different vibe. You getting me? Like, I don't mind doing it. But then it gets really personal. See, that's the other thing too. It's like, that's why I prefer to read people personally. And I couldn't imagine recording a reading for somebody that they weren't partaking in and then sending. I mean, I know a lot of readers do that, and no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Everybody does what they do. No judgment there. But I have decades of sitting across from people face to face. So I can't do that. Okay. I'm totally subscribing to you. Oh, why, thank you. I have been reading tarot since I am 12 years old. I will be 52 in September. I know I don't look at witchcraft. Oh, and really good Lancome products. Some Neutrogena too, I will say. I do like their Rapid Wrinkle Repair. Tears of small children mixed with anything actually will help. Yeah, forgive everybody and don't have kids. That's my secret to looking young at my age. General astrology questions. Challenges of a Saturn in Leo. Ugh. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a lot of fun. Considering, isn't Saturn still going retrograde? Oh God, help us. Wait, is Saturn? Yes, isn't Saturn? Oh, are you talking in an astrological chart or in a current transit? Because Saturn rules Capricorn, right? Saturn is going retrograde. As I believe it was retrograding back into Aquarius, if that's true. Do I have that right? I might not have that right. My brain hemispheres just smacked together on that one. What if the cards keep showing the same cards, but it doesn't happen? Am I doing something wrong? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Brian, if you can clarify the Saturn in Leo question. Mari, I can do yours right now. You're reading your cards too much. I know that is the worst answer that no reader wants to hear. You're reading it too much. That here's the way tarot works, in my opinion. It is a temporary snapshot of a quantum timeline. So we change timelines really, really quickly, and we're not in control of that. So the best divination can do is, like a GPS, show you what's going on in the moment. So if you keep getting the same thing, but things aren't changing, it's not, then it has to be down to the interpretation you are giving those cards. So if you notice a repetition of cards, get that. You're noticing a repetition of cards. There is a meaning there that if it has to repeat, I'm not saying you're not seeing it right, but you may not be seeing it, and here's the word they're giving me, holistically. You're not seeing it from the larger, perhaps even holographic point of view. So it's like open your eyes, look at it, and then open your eyes again and see it from an even larger. And that's when you see things from the archetypal plane, if you will, Plane. It's tricky stuff. But when I keep seeing repeats, I'm like, fine. That Virgo reading I did today made me want to smack my head on the table while the camera was rolling. I'm like, again, really? I mean, you could really like see it on my face the moment that it happens. Thank you, Lavola. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is amongst the retrograde. Oh, in a chart. Okay, Brian. So let me back up here. Mari, glad I could help you. Brian, so someone having Saturn in Leo, I'm going to say that there is definitely going to be a constraint there in terms of their ability, their creativity, their good fortune, their passion, their pleasure, all of that Leo fixed fire stuff. But that doesn't mean that they cannot develop incredibly creative boundaries and ones that can allow their creativity to work within harder to create, here's the words they're giving me, more long-term, more durable manifestations because of that Saturnian thing than just skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight, which I love, by the way. Because, you know, thinking of it's bringing up an appetite. The millennials are like, is that a song lyric? Yes, it's a song lyric. And Brian, if you're new, Brian might be new to these chats. Every time I burst out in song or do a song lyric in the conversation, I take a sip of water. Can you imagine that with alcohol? Ooh. Brian has known me since I started Drawing the Circle Productions. By the way, he was my assistant for a time, actually. And my assistant here tonight, I should say my co-star. He's not trained. He just loves his brushy brush, and he loves his mama. His mama. Right? Yes. He does. He likes it a little rough. He's a little weird that way. He's like, brush harder. Like, leans his entire body weight, which is considerable. He's a medicine ball with razor claws. I love him so much. Okay, let's keep going here. Mama B, the Virgo reading was too much. I know. I was like ready to call it a day after that one, but I had to at least get one more reading done. Hence Libra, which was, as I said, intense. I love you, Lavola. You're so sweet. Oh my God, I've been having the same thing happen with my readings. Thank you for asking that, and thank you for the answer. You got it. You got it. I mean, and look, here's what I'm learning to do, and it's a really good book. It's a really, really good book. When the part of me that wants to know but isn't supposed to know, it's not an automatic response yet, but I'm getting there. It's just like, it's okay, kid. It's okay to want to know that. I love that you want to know that. And I love the one that's not supposed to know that yet. And then the frustration comes up, and you get that frustration is not just about that one piece of information you want to know about. And it's not just yours. It's the empathic connection to people everywhere and the uncertainty of not knowing what the hell is going on what's going to happen next. So it's understandable. But that's why when I did that Virgo read, that's why I do read myself. I try and vent that off. So when I do readings on camera, they're not so personal. But it was like 2 villain cards in a row. 2 villain cards, both the Virgo and the Libra. I was like, are you kidding me? It was the same. Anyway, when that true love card ever hit in the Virgo reading, I was like, that's it. That's it. You could see I wanted to pack up and call it a night, but I didn't. Okay, let's keep going here. Sorry. I'm catching up. Mama B laughed. Rachel, do you have any advice on manifestation and how to do it properly? Sweetheart, if manifestation worked as advertised, think about that for a moment. I have been studying and teaching witchcraft for the majority of my life, or if not that, metaphysics in one form or another since I'm in my 20s. We co-create our reality. You're manifesting this moment right now. You're manifesting this breath you're in right now. Study indirect manifestation. This is a whole other conversation. Lord knows we've talked about it in these chats before. But indirect manifestation is really about not only using your imagination, but in terms of manifestation work, using your imagination and your thoughts to conjure certain emotional states just for the entertainment value, with the understanding that the more that you just do that, the subconscious mind is going to register that as more and more familiar, and therefore will use the law of attraction in order to attract more situations that stimulate that emotional response. But you see, the ego took that very actually simple process and turned it into the cosmic cash machine, which it never was, so that you can feel your way into making things happen. Like an episode of Charmed meets Bewitched meets I Dream of Jeannie, and it just doesn't work like that. Everything manifests according to what is perfect for our spiritual awakening, our soul's awakening, and our egos dissolving and unraveling into the love of the soul. I didn't make that up. I would rather, believe me, I would rather an episode of Charmed Lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be fun. A couple of rhyming couplets, I'm good at that shit. I could crank out a couplet like that. So there. I hope that answered your question about manifestation and how to do it properly. I think I did answer that kind of properly, considering the FORVM that we're in. Anybody here from Long Island? When I say the FORVM, does that FORVM, the FORVM, ring any bells? It helped you to grow in amazing new heights. Continued success and blessings. Oh, thank you, Brian. I'm catching up. Between the worlds. My question is up above. Oh, is it now? Is it now, young man or lady? I don't know. You're between the worlds, so it could be either. Hold on a second. I got to scroll up. Where the hell's the question? Between the worlds. Watching the Aries twin flame is pretty different from what I got cross-watching my Libran twin flames. Just to go with the one that resonates more? Yes, but do you understand you have more than one twin flame contract? You have more than one? Okay. It's hard to say that there's a lot of mythology around twin flames and soulmates, because some people think twin flames and soulmates are pure mythology. But just because something's mythology doesn't mean it's not true. And it doesn't mean it's not true archetypally and on the level of the soul. So there are people in your life that are going to teach you how to love yourself by not giving you the love that you want them to. They may love you, but just not in the way or at the speed or at the pace or to the depth that you need them to. And it's not something that you just want them to. It may be that you need them to, and they just can't. In order so that you learn how to fully embody your soul, love yourself, and teach yourself how to heal yourself. As I've said many times, my father was a twin flame, and so I think has been every man that I've been in a boyfriend relationship with since jump in this life. And yet to say that my mother is a soulmate, we have helped each other heal. Not that we've always been on the same side, not that we've always agreed. We've had a bumpy relationship too, but we eventually always helped each other heal. Able to give each other that love that truly, truly matters. Hi, Chris. How you doing, sweetheart? So to step back and go, okay, these soul contracts, let's just talk twin flames for a second. If I have all these twin flames throughout a lifetime, that doesn't mean I'm good. That doesn't mean I'm bad. That means so does everybody else on planet Earth, and that they are all lesson-based. They are all healing-based. So that's what this particular series of Twin Flame Reads is about. It's about really getting, how is this transforming me? How is this teaching me? And how is this making me the mate of my own soul, a better soulmate to myself, learning how to love myself, heal myself, take care of myself, set boundaries, respect, self-worth, all of that in the side of her eyes, so that it really does prepare you for that eventual romantic soulmate partner. Because that's the hardest one. Like, I'm sure I've said it 100 times, at least on YouTube. I've healed my relationships with my parents. I want a trophy. I did the work. I went through therapy. I did my best. We're all cool. Even my dad, who's dead, we talk every now and again, particularly around Samhain, obviously. But, we're good. We get each other. To me, the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, I'm not going to say it's the prize. No, that's making a person a prize. No. But I am saying it's something that I've been working on for lifetimes, and I would really like to nail it in this life, or at least nail him. And that's not a song lyric. I'm just a little thirsty. It'd be a song lyric, I'm sure, if somebody ran with it. So I just tangented, but what do you want? It's YouTube and it's free. So I hope that helped between the worlds. Virgo and Libra are in sync. Great answer. Just scrolling back down again. Manifestation is a state of mind and the acceptance that divine timing is really in charge. Mama? Yes, Mama. Rachel Heller, that makes sense. Thank you very much for your kindness and for your answer. Oh, you are very, very welcome. Thank you. Wow, indirect manifestation really turned on a light bulb. Makes sense. Oh, I snapped my finger and a cat meowed. A black cat meowed, which I think is some kind of spell somewhere. It just happens all the time around here. Julia, hello. Heading to bed. Good night, Julia. We love you. We love you. We love you, Julia. Hi. Bye. Chris, it's good to see you too. I think I might be all caught up. Am I all caught up? Damn, you are so right. Definitely resonating with you. Rock and roll. I have been working alongside with Twin Flame for 13 years now. He's on the other side. I didn't know we had more than one Twin Flame. Yeah, it's a type of contract. And apparently there's Twin Flame, there's Soulmate, and I get the feeling there's like maybe 2 or 3 other kinds, but they all pretty much come down to the evolution of the soul, hence soul contract. And they're all written into the lives before you incarnate into them. Like being gay. Literally something that you choose when you don't say, oh, I think in this life I'll be gay. They're like, well, here's the Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, 1968 version. Virgo, Pisces moon, Leo rising will look like this in his 50s. They're like, ooh, I'll take that one, right? It's all written in. It's all scripted in. Like if you were going to play a video game, right? Like if you're going to choose the character, right? Like those Dungeons and Dragons games. Like I want to be, a mage. What else would I be, right? And no, I want that cloak. What do I need to get that cloak, right? And you put together a character. Except these are ready made for you. So in other words, your soul by necessity needs to learn how to forgive. All right. Do we have anything where this person gets betrayed over and over and over again until they learn how to forgive? Oh, there you go. Boom. Human life. And you forget it's a game. There, the reincarnational purpose of it all. Just did it for you. For free. On YouTube. Join the Circle Productions, bringing people together with spirit since 1998. Yeah. I think I've had too many twin flames. Honey, everybody does. Once they get the new definition, they're like, oh, girl, have they all been? It's like pretty much. Except I can say a lot of my friends have been soulmates. Like a lot. Like think about this for a second. The ones who help you heal. There are people like it might be even equally distributed. That, and if not, that you have like that core group of people that are really like, what do we call that? We call that soul family, right? And that's the other way that we're manifesting soulmates. Now, aside from just the romantic, sexual, blah, 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 blah. It's a chakra misfire. I don't know what that is. Someone's facing the wrong direction. Could riff on that all night long. I'm not going to. Moving on. Just move on. I just cracked myself up. That at the end of the day, the love that we have that we can give to each other. Imagine a soul in the twin flame context, somebody loving you so much on a soul level to say, I will betray you and lie to you over and over and over again. I'll take the villain life so that you so that your ability to grow and heal and forgive and be devastated comes to such a point where there's nothing left for you to do but rise from your own ashes and have the most spectacular spiritual awakening the world's ever seen. And I'll be the bad guy. All right? Makes you... Because on a soul level, apparently that's what's going on. Play your roles. Play your roles. Hold your water, Sybil. Sorry. That was a little off the charts there. Yes, definitely I've heard of soulmate friends. And that's the thing here. This came in, I don't know if any of you were in the chat. Was that last night? They said it through me. I'd heard them say it through me once before, but that was the first time it was ever done through like a prayer thing. I think it was towards the end. Do you want to help heal? Do you want to help heal? Here, stop right now. Here, now I'm going to ask you a question. Here's a Q&A reversal. Q&A. Do you want to help heal? Do you want to help yourself heal? Do you want to help others heal? Now, your mind can say yes, but go deeper on that. Take a deep breath. Do you want to heal? Then you're a soulmate if the answer is yes. Then you're a soulmate. The urge to be a soulmate is baked in because that's what soulmates do. They help each other heal. So just start helping people heal, even through your own healing process, because of quantum entanglement, unity consciousness, we're all one, etc. Trust me, I'm a Pisces moon. Every time I heal something, somebody's healing something somewhere, right? So get to it. So get to it. I think I'm the bad guy, probably. Hey, wait a minute, whoa. Let me back it up. Let me back it up. We've got some stuff going on here. Your talents and gifts are off the charts. Thanks. I do try. I don't take myself that seriously. Anybody who's known me for any period of time knows I don't take myself too seriously. Why? Because hubris goeth before the fall. Pride goeth before the fall, darling. And I didn't author me. I'm not the writer of this. I'm just the actor that was hired to play the role. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, definitely have had soulmate friends. Okay. Well, that's the thing about mirrors. Okay. Hi. I think I'm the bad guy, probably. Now, hold on. Time out. Chris, why do you think you're the bad guy? Probably. Maybe I missed context. I totally might have missed something in context here. Scan up quickly. No, your last one before that was hearty heart. And my talents and gifts. You think you're the bad guy. Well, I mean, unless it's a Billie Eilish thing, I don't think you're the bad guy. We've never met in person, but you seem like an absolute sweetheart. Oh, I'm a gay Sag. Then absolutely you are the bad guy. Sorry, I'm kidding. I've had to run in with a few 100 of them in the woods with arrows and hooves. No. Sagittarians are not evil. Sagittarians are just fun. They're just a little unbridled. Yes, that was a deliberate horse reference. No questions asked. Yeah. No, I love fire signs. It's just fire and air signs, like in any mixture, even like if it's like moon sign, I really got to stick with earth and water. I'm at a certain age now where I think I really got to stick with earth and water, right? Or like even if somebody might, God forbid, be, I don't know, a Leo sun sign, which I would rather, I'd rather slip my wrist with my hoop earrings, honestly. But maybe if they had, I don't know, what, a Scorpio moon? No, I don't know what it would take. I'm an astrological dating snob. It's exactly what I am. Why? Because I've boinked the belt, honey. I have been with every sign in the zodiac in one way shape, or form, and I know what I like, and I know what works for me, and I know what don't, and I know what I've tried to make work for me that I know it don't, and really anything with a Gemini in it tends not to. I'm just saying. But what do I know? It's all written in the contract, right? You're not bad. You're just drawn that way. They pass my crown chakra around like it's open mic night in the 9 realms. They're just like golf balling it, volleyballing it back and forth. Jessica Rabbit. I'm a Jessica Rabbit channel. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I've mostly had fire signs, and boy, do they burn. They leave you sometimes a little with that burning sensation afterwards. You know, you got to go make an appointment. It's not great. It's not great. Jessica. Let's see. Adrienne, I have a question. I have been struggling with my words, speaking all of my life. I have similar wisdom, knowledge, and understanding like yours. Okay. And I'm self-taught. Okay. But when it comes to explaining it, I'm not good at it. Any advice? Check your astrology. I'll start there. Just because it's in my chart, I was born with the gift of gab. I just am. It's how it is. I was born talking, apparently. May I ask how old you are? Not as a maturity issue, but particularly I'm looking for Saturn return, what side of it you might be on. How old are you, darling? Just your age, you know, the year. I don't need, you know, specifics. I don't need dates or anything like that. Have I met any of the Ascended Masters? Yes. That's all you're getting out of me right this second on that subject, Lavola. I've had lunch with my gods. 34. Okay, so you have survived the first Saturn return, okay, which is usually around 28, 29, 30 years old. So I'm going to say to you that when you have stuff, but that you can't put it into words, you start with almost like the healing checklist. Not that you're looking for something wrong, but just like, okay, what's going on throat chakra-wise now? Pull a card here right now and check for that right now. Just real quick. Hold on. Huh. Befriending pain when healed. It comes out confused, jumbled. Oh, sorry, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Sorry, it just glitched. Because this is a good question. You have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, but when you try and explain it to somebody. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is absolutely check throat chakra stuff. The other thing is it a painful situation? Is it you just trip over your words, or it's confusing? What is the emotional component is, I think, what I'm looking for here. Okay, answered that. I know you want to know more. Vola. I had some pretty direct experiences with Saint Germain when I was relatively young, a young adult, but still relatively young. So that something that still to this day, I go like, there's no way, but it happened. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to meet you in person too. When it's okay to, of course. I really think we all have to get together and have a drink. Okay. I think I struggle with maybe some insecurity issues. I'm shy. So that's the thing. There's a discomfort there where the best thing that I can tell you is if you breathe and allow what you know to just be in you and speak it when no one's around. I live by myself and with cats. It's not that I lecture to cats, but there's no reason for me to not have open dialogues with my spirit guides because I live alone. Now, anybody walking in the door. Yeah, I should leave on the webcam for that one. I'm just talking to Zeus and, you know, Buddha and Circe, you know, depending on what day it is or what their availability is. Who knows? I mean, they have golf and stuff, I would think, the gods. That there's nothing wrong with not being able to put it into words to, if that's not something that you're feeling a calling to do, What I'm really kind of getting here is that there, I can feel it. It's like now I'm starting to stumble over my words. There's that fear of not saying it right, that you don't want to convey the wrong information. And what I would suggest doing is just literally just talking out loud when no one's around. Let it channel through you, because that could very easily mean that your fear is getting in the way, that the ego is trying to control the stream. And just like a hose, instead of just letting it do its thing, it gets kinked up and it gets all wild and crazy and unstable like that. Does that make sense? Took me a while to feel that one out, but that kind of feels like what's going on there. Not that I'm diagnosing your throat chakra or anything like that, but just know that it's a channeling process. And I don't think it's about immaturity. I think it might even be about the intensity. Think about different wattages of light. Some are easier to look at than others. Well, some are going to be easier to see than others because if they're too bright, right? So sometimes it's about evolving the energetic scaffolding and circuitry within your nervous system, as well as within your energy system, the meridians between chakras and things like that, as they are restructured and shifted, and the activation of certain dormant stuff. You know what I mean? So the energy, I mean, I would love to sit across from you and kind of do that, or maybe, you know, but that's something definitely that prayer and meditation can certainly click into. Cool, cool. Did that help, darling? Well, could it be? Could it be could it be a recoil? Very good, Brian. That's the thing. And there's throat chakra for you. I mean, that's why I don't dwell too much in past lives, because of course we've all had past lives where horrible things happened to us because we were spiritual. It's part of it. It's part of the game. It's part of planet Earth. Everybody goes through it. But this life they can't. This life they can't do that. They can't do it this time. This is the one where we win. And I don't mean we win versus they lose, but I mean we win. Love wins this time. Ask Matt Kahn. He said so. Play it on Matt Kahn. Oh, but I believe him. I believe him. See, now Matt Kahn, he's the one with the Ascended Masters. I mean, I have to say, I'm a little, although I've been having more experiences with him since I brought this up with him, but essentially, maybe a week or so ago, I was laying upstairs in bed and I called you the Ascended Masters, just the ones I work with, not all of them. It wasn't like a party line. It wasn't like a big Zoom thing on my bedroom ceiling. And I was like, so Matt Kahn has his Akashic Record Library card. Where's mine? What, am I good enough? What, he gets tours? Sort of joking, and they're like, all right, we get it. We know. So we've had a couple of jaunts here and there. They've been fun. I love my Ascended Masters. They're really cool. The ones that I've met, I don't know, maybe I've got like the Bad News Bears versions of the Ascended Masters. They're fun, I guess. It's like the wand chooses the wizard, right? Anyway. Let's see. He's right about the way forward. Wonderful advice. Yes. I want to meet and talk to my spirit guides so much. I can feel their presence, but how do I take the next step? It's a lot easier than you think. And that's why it's the last thing that we do. Because we overthink the hell out of it. But I can only tell you what ultimately works for me. And it's not throwing down the gauntlet, and it's not coming, at least from me, from a place of I deserve or entitlement or anything. But it comes down to, I guess I'm a little bit of a New Yorker, and I'm a lot of bit of a New Yorker in this life. And I'm like, you want me to do what I got to do? Show me. Like, let's do this. And I always get what I need, but not always what I want, and not always when I want it, and not always how I want it. But I always get what I need. So I can ask and demand and think that I'm doing something wrong, but the truth is that we're not given things until we need them. And if we're only getting breadcrumbs, that means that's all we need, which means we're actually doing better than we realize. What? I know. That sounds like something the souls would say. That sounds like something higher, loving, elevated consciousness beings would say. That's what they say. They're like, you're not as hard, you're not as screwed up as you think. Everything's going according to plan. Which one? The Great Awakening or the Apocalypse? Yes. Both. Same thing. Coin, two sides, maybe 3, maybe 12. If Gaiman and Pratchett had anything to do with it, there's probably all sorts of multi-dimensional things going on simultaneously. The rubber sheet of time, the trousers of time. Oh, dear God, dear God, dear God. Can you imagine just all of us sitting in like a piano bar somewhere? Oh, in New York City, a little piano bar in the Village. We could just like hang out and drink, you know, hot, windows open, you know, next year when there's a vaccine, you know, or eventually. And just doing this shit all night long. This would be great. It would be so great. I'm going to dig it big time. Did I do a Stones song? Did one just fly right by me? Did one spontaneously fly out of my mouth? I didn't state my question right before. Can you talk about soul families at all? Oh, absolutely. I think soul families are what we're actually manifesting right now. And I think you're looking at a manifestation of a soul family in this room right now. Now, there would be those who say, depending on the definition of the soul, that there is only one. It's only one soul. So there's only one soul family. Right. The manifestation of the divine. It really depends on whether you want to go theologically, metaphysically, spiritually, religiously, which is really more theologically than spiritually. I just wish we were never sold the idea that we had to do something to make these happen. Hey, Mal. Hey, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I thought you were joining us tonight. Our soul contracts and our soul families, we're not in control of the how and the where and the when and the who. It just happens. It just comes together when we need each other. And can I use this as an example? It's just like how my whole business changed. Drawing the Circle Productions went through this gigantic 2.5-year transformation. It was really hard. It was devastating. But everything was in place right before quarantine happened. Like everything was, and now everybody's like working at home. I was like, oh, like I was like, oh, welcome to my world, everybody. I was here just maybe a month or so, maybe a couple of months before this all happened, but it's like I got to the party a little early, so to speak. It's like that. It's like we're not in control of it. The movie is very well written. Here's the question to ask yourself about soul families and soul contracts and all this stuff. Is the human story well written or not? Because that really depends on what you're looking at it from, the point of view of the ego or the point of view of the soul. Because the point of view of the soul is instantly going to look at your own life and say, oh, this is boring and it's monotonous and I can't believe the same thing keeps happening over and over and over and over again, right? The ego can say that about anybody's life. Kind of what life is, right? But from the soul's point of view, it's like, what an opportunity. What an opportunity to engage in the 5 senses. So into these relationships that activate emotions that there's no other way to have, and to trigger growth. The only way a soul can grow and expand is in a body. It's the only game in town. It's how we literally expand it's like actors. The only way actors get better is if they keep working. It's exactly that process. Thanks for the great answers tonight. Thank you, Lavola. I love you. 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 That would be from the half and half in my coffee all day long to keep me going today. Today was a doozy Pisces mood, and tomorrow's just like it. Well, almost tomorrow, a couple minutes from now. Oh my God. So did I answer your question on that about soul family? I know it's a very intricate thing and something I could do a whole hour, 2-hour thing on just that. But here's what I want you all to do the next time I do these. Madam X in West Houston Street in New York City. Oh, I'm going to scroll back down because I won't say I'm scared, but I'm a little interested. It's all about the love. Blessed, blessed, blessed be. So look, guys, it is 11:59. My contact lenses are starting to get a little, you know, a little glue-ish, a little glue-esque. So I do want to thank those who super chatted me. My delightful Lavola, my Maul. I love you, Maul. Thanks for dropping by. So some other ones in here. Where are you? That's Lavola again. Thank you so much. Mama B. Mama B. Mama B. Mama B. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who sent me some super chat stuff. It does all add up, and I love getting that check once a month. It is. It's cool. It's like, well, it's direct deposited, so it's still really exciting to get the email about it in my new career. So so why don't we end this with a little prayer-y, where-y, shall we? Everyone take a nice deep breath. Right at midnight, they began a prayer for a new day. It was written in the script. Just take a moment. Think of your loved ones. Think of the journey that you've been on, at least this life, just at how much you've been through, good and bad, up and down, light and dark, the journey of the soul. You are still here. You are resilient. You are eternal. You may be tired. You may be uncertain, but these are tiring and uncertain times. So I call upon the powers that have given us this life, to the authority of the divine, which was in charge of choosing the lives we find ourselves in. Those who set up the rules, those who set up the game, you know, physics and all of that. And to the source that gave us all life, that gave us both the questions and the answers tonight, all as one pulsating, growing, fluctuating quantum field of life, ever expanding outwards. It's from this place I offer this prayer. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, shower your love, power, and wisdom down upon this, my soul family, my brothers and sisters on Earth mission, Earth school, in the great planetary awakening of Gaia. May they be given all they need as they sleep tonight, that they are able to exhale their questions and inhale their answers in the proper time, place, and sequence of events. And that we are given everything we need in every inhale, and breathe out every blessing the world needs with every exhale, known or unknown, for our well-being and for the well-being of all. May we all be so blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So motivate. And so it is. Thank you all so much for watching, my friends. Brian, buzz me. Not tonight, obviously. Buzz me soon. Wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed. I will be here at 11 a.m. Zers in the morning Eastern time. I've got 11 hours to get it together for the weekend reads. I have a feeling we're going to do the healing mantra reads, but those are a lot of fun to do. Anyway, I dig them. Cool, cool, cool. So wishing you the very best and the very blessed this weekend if I don't see you. Otherwise, say it with me and be doubly, doubly, doubly blessed. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Night. Mwah.